Greetings, Instagram. Hello, good morning, everyone. Wish you all a great day. Um, I'm doing a Team Sab Yoga IG live with the Team Sab Yoga members at Cybertruck 2.0 and Dr. Moose. So we're gonna have a great IG live today. And good morning, everyone. Oh, someone already wants to be in my life. Next time, definitely gonna have you. Audrey girl, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Wishing you lots of love. Yogi Murugesan, let's do a IG live. Let's schedule a IG live, okay? Looking forward to that. So I'm gonna add Dr. Moose. Cyberchuck is on. Good morning, everyone. Okay. We got Cyberchuck in the house. Brother-in-law. Las Vegas. Yeah, brother. Hope you're doing well, Kevin. Stay strong. Be vigilant. What's up, brother?
Good morning, brother. How are you?
Great, man. Doing awesome. We gotta get one more family member in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Get Dr. Moose. Okay. So we got the trifecta going on. What's up?
Dr. Moose.
Hey, what's going on?
The
How are you?
Hey.
Team Sav Yoga's in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
good.
here, representing.
Man, everybody hitting. Bam.
Are we all wearing the same shirt? Oh, boom, look at this.
Yes, we are, bro.
Oh, boom. Blah.
We're wearing the generational man. It looks awesome with you guys, man. Yeah.
Fantastic. How you guys doing?
I'm doing amazing, man. Working energy, ready to get the day going.
Awesome.
Later on. So yeah, man, I'm really pumped, really excited about today and talk and of course, like I know we're going to inspire the audience and give them insight, love, dedication. Uh, so where do we start?
Well, you know what I would say, brother, is kind of tell everybody a little bit about what Team Cyber Yoga is and how we came up with the Team Cyber Yoga. So I think that's really important, and it goes to show what we try to do every day because, basically how it started and where the idea came from and what we've been using for it every day to inspire and to motivate daily. So I don't know if you want to start off with that, give your side on that.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so thank you, Chuck. Yeah, so Team Sab Yoga is something that it was like a concept I created that I wanted to keep the energy going because I can only do so much by myself. So it's really important to have a family, a structure that promotes the message. The message is about strength, integrity, compassion, evolution, upgrade, all these amazing things. And I wanted to have family to extend this message. And so I have the family here, Dr. Moon, Cybertruck 2.0,
Mm-hmm.
their own special ability and addition to the cause of cyber yoga and team. And that's my short and condensed version. Chuck, you can elaborate more, or Dr. Moose, you can as well. So I don't want to take up most of the time.
Yeah, so I'll say during the pandemic, I was in a really dark place, and you reached out to me. And like I was in a really dark place. I was in my home by myself. I had to be confined because, we weren't allowed to go out. And I was in Dallas, Texas at the time. And what came out of your mouth was the vibration and the frequency of love. And it literally took me out of this dark, angry place and broke me down crying. And I still get emotional about it because I was such in a dark place, like I was contemplating life itself and not knowing if I can live life without being depressed, because that's all I knew was depression and anger. And hearing your voice and hearing that love and that vibration and having that little bit of hope that, hey, life could be a little bit better. And you invited me out back to California, and we've known each other since 96, 97. So Lamont and I go way back.
Wait.
And hearing him call me up and talk to me, I flew back out here, and I just had a spiritual awakening. I had this this new insight on love and this vibration, that it's real and that it exists, and I can be happy. And coming back to Dallas, I was so excited and so happy to share this love with everybody else. And there was a post that I did that you re-inspired me to start getting back into my breaking roots, because you and I would break dance together. So I did a breaking freeze and you hashtagged it Team Cyber Yoga. And I'm like, oh my God, that's such an amazing idea. You know, what you do is so amazing, but I think for some people it can, like, some people, your moves are so amazing that it's hard for them to wrap their mind around that they could do it too. So I said, you know what, we need a team where people like I'm doing things that they could relate to, because it's a little intimidating. What you do is so amazing, but like for me to see myself on one hand kicking my legs back and forth, I'm like, man, that's so hard to do. You know what I mean? So I started doing motivation and inspiration, and we started building the team, and we've got Dr. Moose, who's with movement and inspiring people through movement and all these different things. So the team is more like, it's amazing what you can do on the mat, but what does it look like when you leave the mat of yoga? And how do you inspire and motivate others? And what's the self-work that you're doing on yourself on a daily basis? What's your self-practice? And that's what the team is. It's more like, you know, it's amazing what you can do on the mat, but when you're off the mat, what does that look like? And what does the love look like? And what does the inspiration look like? And what is the motivation on a daily basis? And what is that love that you're spreading to the rest of the world? And that's what we're doing. So Team Cyber Yoga is a movement. It's not just the yoga itself. It's the yoga off the mat, because most of the yoga is only 10%, which is what you're doing on the mat. The other 90% is what you're doing off the mat. And that's what we're trying to bring to the team and through the movement. And, you know, I'm very passionate about it, because the 90% was done away from all that. And it's all the work done, you know, not in a studio or on the mat, or it's the self-practice and the love that we're giving daily to everybody. So, you know, that's my side of it. And Dr. Moose, you know, how do you feel about it?
Well stated, brother. Thank you, Chuck. Well stated.
Yeah, thank
man, yeah, Chuck, thank you for just summing everything up so beautifully. I mean, all I can really say is I'm just very, very grateful to be part of the cyber family. I mean, I met Lamont for the first time back in 2003 when I was visiting Los Angeles, and I was just walking on Venice Beach, and Lamont was actually doing a breakdance performance with his crew at the time. Was that LA City Rockers, or?
I think it was, what was it, on Venice Beach, you said?
Yeah.
I was performing with the Calypso Tumblers. I was doing.
That's right, the Calypso Tumblers. Okay. So yeah, we happened to meet right then and there. We exchanged contact information, and then later on that week, we met up at a coffee shop that happened to be playing drum and bass. So you and I just sort of bonded through dance as well. So I'm also a break dancer. I've been dancing since '99, but Lamont and I also both, and Chuck as well, all three of us, we came up within the underground electronic dance music scene, which used to be called the rave scene. You guys came up on the West Coast. I came up in the Plains and Midwest states. So I actually started in Kansas City, Missouri. And that's where I learned how to do breaking, tutting, popping, and liquid dance. And we lost Chuck. What happened?
He'll get back on.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and just kind of give my entry point into cyber yoga. Long story short, Lamont and I met then. We reunited where I live in Philadelphia about 5 years ago through a mutual friend of ours, Raphael Xavier, and we had about a month-long rehearsal together for Rastravaganza, which was a combination of circus movement performance. Lamont was brought out for his tremendously amazing skills in arm hand balance and your crazy head spins and every other thing that you do. I was brought out for my skills in breaking and liquid dance, which is a dance form that came directly from the rave scene. And I'll just note that I'm actually, I published the first doctoral dissertation in history on liquid dance. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Amazing.
And because that's how devoted I am to the practice itself. I've been doing that style almost as long as I've been breaking. So since 2000, so about 22 years. Anyway, last summer is where my journey into cyber yoga began. I just happened to be doing what I always do. I was posting a liquid dance clip on my social media, on I think it was Facebook. Just really feeling it that day. I danced to one of my all-time favorite DJs, Paul Van Dyke. He was doing a live stream set. Lamont happened to see the video, and he contacted me through text. He says, "Hey David, how would you like to be part of the Cyber Fam?" And I'm like, "What's the Cyber Fam?" and he sent me his website and everything, and what cyber yoga is all about and what it represents. And that falls directly in line with literally everything that I stand for, which is love, sharing, perpetuating personal growth through movement, through dance, through knowledge, through peace, love, unity, respect. We all came up within the same kind of communities and subcultures. And I think that's why we bond so well. But what's really amazing is that we have taken what those raw underground parties were perpetuating, and we have now expanded it into something that is teachable, something that is learnable, something that is shareable in a very safe environment, and something that I think is really growing. And as Chuck noted so beautifully, this is a movement. What we're doing is actually a collective movement to really help people find, individuals be their best, find their best selves. And for me personally, I connect with the idea of flow and energy. And so what my job is, or my passion is to help others find their personal flow through dance. That's my contribution to cyber yoga. And I think I just feel so honored and blessed to be a part of this community with Chuck, Lamont, and our other members, Silvana and Desiree. Yes, we're a collective, but we have our very unique areas of expertise that we bring to the table, and it all blends so beautifully together. So I'll leave it at that for now, but yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, David. Yeah, what you said is that we're all bringing this different forms of expression as far as this movement. So prematurely, like we didn't know like how powerful movement dance wasn't until years later that I understand how deep and how complex it is, but not most importantly, like there are benefits of like movement. Like people can't believe they're like, how are you this age and doing all this? Because I've been dancing, I've been training. So you're building new neural pathways by creating new concepts and new ideas, and your movement and the intention of the movement with the spirituality. Like you have like health and wellness, and it's there. And like you said, it's really about everybody has their own version and way of sharing this knowledge with everyone, and this is really important. This is like the ultimate message that everybody is we're all sharing each other. Yeah. So what's our nowadays? Like Chuck, like what are you doing nowadays? Where are you as far as like the update? Like are you teaching? What are your plans or goals for this month or next couple of months?
So weekly, as we know, we're part of a community out here, a community of healing, of love, and I meet with one of the community members once a week, and we do yoga. And my daily practice is like what you've taught me, is just to be consistent. So every day I'm consistent. So over the last year, almost every single day over the past year, I'm doing my motivation videos during the week. But I have to practice what I preach. And what that is self-love and self-care. Is I can't every single day be doing the videos. So like you told me, on the weekends, I take a little time to myself to kind of relax.
Yes.
And to re-energize, because doing videos every single day yes, but I need some time to relax too because I wake up really early in the morning to get up and go do my videos and to be consistent. So, that's my part of the team is where people can connect. If they need someone, a little bit of motivation or inspiration, I'm there. And it's only 20 to 30 seconds. And, over the time I fine tuned it because I remember at the beginning I had a certain format that I would do. And Dr. Moose was like, Chuck, you kind of repeat the same thing, the different wording. So then I started trying to change my wording and looking up what words meant. But I was like, man, I got to come from the heart and speak from what I'm thinking. And it just turned into, instead of like a minute and 30 seconds to 2 minutes, real quick and easy, 20, 30 seconds to grasp people's minds. And yeah, just doing that and just trying to grow with my motivation and inspiration, as well as holistic way of healing, like different things that I can do that is non-medication and different ways that I can do my meditation, just finding ways in life to improve myself daily. What can I do today to make myself better than yesterday? And also focusing on not worrying about what happened in the past and holding on to things from the past, because I can't change the past, but I can change right now what's going on in the present moment. So I focus on that, trying to, what can I do right now in this moment to make myself better? And, it's just that. It's just, I want to share my story because I was in such a dark place and I wasn't happy and I didn't think that there was hope. And there's so many people out there that I know that can relate to that. And I just want to share a part of myself, a part of my day, to maybe put a little light into some darkness for somebody else that may not have it. So, every day I'm just pushing that, staying consistent. Just like Lamont told me, what you see, when you see us on video or see us in a podcast show, we're the same person if you run into us at the grocery store. There's not going to be a difference. What you see is what you see is what you get. So if you bumped into us running into the store, it's the same person. We had the same energy, the same attitude. We're still full of love, and we're gonna smile. So that's big for me. It's consistency, authenticity. That's big within our team.
Oh yeah.
Authenticity.
Yes.
Thank you for, and you've done such a quantum leap of work, and I'm super proud of you. And you're not trying, you're doing it every day, and you've been consistent, like inspiring me and others, many others. So that's it.
But when you come from the heart, brother, with what you're saying or what you're doing, it's second nature. You don't have to think about it. You know what I mean? And that's all it is just coming from the heart. And I always say, when you come from the heart, you can't go wrong because it's from the heart. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well stated, brother. Dr. Moose, you've had some great news happening, lots going on. Please share that.
Sure. Well, well, first of all, I actually want to go back to Chuck for just a moment. Chuck, I really appreciate how far you've come within this last year that I've known you. I mean, you really have been not only putting out consistently beautiful, heartfelt content that literally anyone can relate to, but you have really pushed yourself forward, your full self forward within this community, and you've put yourself out there. You've allowed yourself to be vulnerable, and I'm just saying, I'm super proud of you, man. Like you've really earned my utmost love and respect, and I just wanted to say that. So
well, thank you. That the vulnerability you said, it's funny because I used to read those morning affirmations to Lamont, and he tells me, well, go make a video. I'm like, no, I can't make a video. And I trusted in him, and I became very vulnerable. And now it's like, yeah, thank you for seeing that. And thank you for allowing me to be seen.
Sure, of course. But yeah, sure. I'll talk about what's been happening with me. I teach dance in Philadelphia primarily. I do also teach classes online in moderation. I'm trying to expand that right now. But what's really great is I'm also going to be teaching in a couple of brand new studios outside of Philadelphia, but fairly close. One is in New Jersey and one is in Delaware. And I'm just super excited to start that dance journey. I decided to just put myself out there within the tri-state area dance community, and I've received several offers, and I'm very, very happy that I now am able to push my dance knowledge and expand it to both the adults in the university setting and to young adults, children in the dance studio setting, so that there's an actual opportunity to really push forth the practice itself. And by the way, I teach styles in breaking, popping, tutting, a little bit of house, and of course liquid. So and all of the different electronic dance music styles that came with it, such as like candy marching and shuffling and all those fun dances that we all used to do. And you still see some of that here and there. But anyway, it's an opportunity for me to also put forth what it is that we're doing with cyber yoga, which is to really, really push personal growth and help individuals find his or her or their own personal flow. And that is straight up what we're all about. You know, it's how can we strive to be the best possible versions of ourselves. And I do this through inspiring others through my own dance practice, but also teaching, and you know, through flow. And yeah, so I'm teaching more, which is great. I am also going to be launching a weekly online. I would say we'll call it a live stream. I'll keep you updated on that, but it's going to be primarily on Instagram, and I think I'm probably going to start a TikTok channel as well, because I think it's time to do that. And the reason I'm starting a TikTok channel is actually because of my good friend. You saw Sylvana interview him. His name is Chris Gritty. He goes by the Nitty Gritty. He is a licensed CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy person, and he has a TikTok channel, and he's kind of blowing up in that world. But he's inspired me to reach out to a wider audience, and so that's why I think that's why I'm going to do that pretty soon. So I'll keep you guys posted on how that's going. But I'm going to be teaching at Temple again this semester, at Temple University. So that's the undergraduate dance course that I teach, and that's actually a fun course because you do not have to be a dance major to take it, and it's more of a reading and writing intensive course about dance. It's also online, but there are movement components to it. So I get to teach some of what I know, but I also have a budget for that class. So I bring in guest dancers from the city of Philadelphia to come in and teach their areas of expertise, such as salsa, bachata, merengue, African dance, what is it? Modern even. It's different every semester, and it's a lot of fun. So that's what I'm up to. So.
Thank you for sharing that, David. Awesome, man. I want to open it up for any kind of questions. So anybody that's listening in or following, if you have any questions, feel free to ask one of the members here. And until the meantime, what do you guys do? Question for you both, like what do you do for your morning ritual? Like what motivates you? What gets you up? Like what is how is your process?
For me, brother, yeah, I'll go. Thank you, brother. For me, I start my morning with what is my morning motivation going to be. So I sit there, get my morning motivation, and then I make my video. So the video, it's part of my process too. So making my morning video, I'm sharing what my motivation is for the morning. So I get to started with my morning video. And once I make that, I, put down the phone, put on some music, and I do my workout. And I just work and work and work and get my sweat going. And once I'm done with the workout, I sit down and I do breath work. And once I go through like 3 rounds of breath work, I put on some meditation music and I really just go deep inside, try to clear the mind, quiet the mind, still the body, and I just find myself at peace. And once I find myself at peace, it's literally get my day started right. You know, I want to start my day with peace, clearing my mind out, because it's a blueprint to what your day is going to look like. So if I get up and I'm like, I'm real agitated and anxiety, I'm going to carry that throughout my day. So doing my videos, doing my workout, doing my breath work and my meditation brings me back to center, and then I start my day.
Beautiful, brother. Thank you for sharing that.
Uh-huh.
Moose?
So this is more of a recent series of rituals that I've been into. Before, my morning ritual was pretty simple. I would get up, go downstairs, make food, and watch the news, which is not the best way to start the day, because, as you all know, the news is extremely negative. So what I have done is, as soon as I get out of bed, I have a little note card that's right next to my nightstand, and I read either an affirmation or a goal that I have for the day or for the year, and I read it out loud. And then I walk into the bathroom and stare at myself in the mirror and say, "I love you. You're going to do good today." All right. Then I actually put on a guided meditation for setting my goal for the day. And I can't remember the exact name of the link. I can probably put it in the chat in a minute. But it's about a 10-minute visualization goal, and it's just you know, it's just a very soothing melody, no beat, very very chill. There's a visual picture of I guess you could call it the sun, but it's a star, you know. And I just sit upright, and I close my eyes, and I just breathe deeply, and then normally, and I just visualize what it is that my task is for the day, whether it's teaching or applying for more work or meeting someone, you know what I mean, or you know, reading something, getting writing done. It might be all those things. And the goal is simply to have success in all of those things for the day. But what I do is I feel the success of each of those things. And then once that's done, then I make my food. And then after I eat, I usually put on some music and I dance a little bit, just to give myself like really like pumped up for the day. Depends. And that music choice is always different, which I think is a good thing, because every day is different. So that's where the ability to think on your feet quickly kind of comes around. You know, where you have different beats, different musics, different days, but the intention is always the same: to find success and to have love spread throughout your day. And then, so once my morning ritual is done, whatever my strongest whatever my most challenging task is for the day, I start it. Right? I get it done, especially if it's something that's going to be time consuming. Like say I have to do research on the computer, or maybe I have to make a few phone calls, and I'm going to have to just wait on hold, which is something nobody likes to do, but I'm working on being patient with that, you know. Or maybe I have to go run several important errands, you know. And it's one of those things that every day I start with that ritual and tackle the most challenging tasks, so that once that's done, I can focus on the things that I want to do afterwards. So that's it.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's really important to mention in that daily morning. As long as it's possible, that, like, you know, the intention is what is it, and it's to start your day, Chuck.
You know what I was going to say is, I like what you said about that you do dancing, because I think that it's important that people know that movement is a great way of moving energy out of the body. If you have built up energy, if you have anxiety, movement and dancing is a great release. If you can take a moment and step aside and dance or move like we all do. I started off dancing. Lamont, you've been dancing forever. Dr. Moose, we know that dancing is a great form of release of energy, and it replenishes the body with more positive energy. And when we express ourselves and release, it's such a great feeling.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Exactly. Like 9:30 on my phone, Cyber Yoga movement, get it, get it out. You gotta move.
yeah, you got to
Um,
move. Yeah.
address some of the questions that came in. How can kids get to train Cyber Yoga? I think I should have do a workshop for kids. Didn't work out, but I guess in the meantime, we'll focus on online programs. But the goal is that I have weekly Cyber Yoga trainings. So for adults and then for kids. So that's in the works. Answer that. Um, any other questions? I guess everybody's kind of like shy today.
You know what I could say is, Lamont and I were talking about, because people are asking how could they join the cyber yoga movement? How can they be part? Well, being part of it, tag us in some of your posts,
Yeah.
and we would love to individually come over and show love to your page, and as well as put you in our story sometimes. If you have something that's motivational, inspirational, you have an amazing yoga pose or just poses that you're doing on your page, if you want to tag us, individually or at Team Cyber Yoga, we'll come over and show you some love, as well as possibly put you into our story. So, that's the
That's,
way of doing it.
that's a good
What's
idea.
up, bud? Yeah.
We do a Team Cyber Yoga challenge. So that way
Yeah.
we can get people involved in what the team is doing.
Yeah, for sure.
We could talk about how that's going to work out. We could do that.
Yeah. I like that idea too. Just yeah, having a challenge so that anybody watching this or who's been supporting our everything, that they can be directly involved with it. And then yeah, let's talk about that. That's good. That's really
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
I'm thinking it could be like a 7-day challenge. Wait, actually, there's how many members in the crew?
5.
5. We should do a 5-day challenge, and each day will be one thing what each member wants to do. So, for instance, Chuck could be like, have everybody to do a audio affirmation, like, okay, what in my yo, that could be like a liquid tutting something, mind, cyber yoga,
Mm-hmm.
Bana, something about a meditation, something.
Mm-hmm.
Cyber, but like something so that way people are getting involved in all the 5 what cyber yoga is. We could definitely elaborate on it. I think that'd be really dope.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be super fun. And people can well, we'll figure out yeah, the logistics of that. But yeah, I think that's really good. Yeah.
We have a question from Art 43. I have a doubt, Lamont. What is your vision about yoga?
Hmm.
Well, yoga has been the best addition to my life. Gave me so much clarity and peace and understanding of myself, mind, body, and spirit. And there would be no Cyber Yoga without the yoga. So, what do you guys feel? Like, what do you guys feel? Well, I mean, Cybertruck, what's your vision about yoga? How do you elaborate?
My vision is how I see yoga for me is it brings peace, clarity. Um, it gives me a moment to step outside the normal world and come into my own world and come into my own body, and to make the mat my space and really dive deep into myself and to work on things within myself, not only physically but mentally. For me, it's a disconnect, and it's a way to bring in love into my heart, into my mind, and to, like I said, to disconnect. It's time to disconnect from everything else that's around and to dive deep into myself and to whatever the surrounding is, or whoever's there doing yoga with me. Um, it's just been such an amazing thing that it's something that I can count on, something I can go to. It's tools to help me to get through my day.
Yeah.
I look at it as tools. It's a daily tool. You learn different little techniques here and there, and it's something you can apply throughout your day, whether it be breathing or meditation or, just a way to shut down the mind. That's what it is for me. It's tools. I see it as tools.
Yeah.
Dr. Moose, I know that you're a dancer and a yogi, but you can elaborate on your form of movement. What I feel is just as powerful or the same as yoga, but
Sure, sure. Well. Let me say this. Yoga is definitely a newer form of practice for me. But what I have experienced with it within this last year, since becoming part of the Cyber Fam, is that yoga has done three things for me personally. One, it has helped me move through uh, pain that I carry from memories. So here's what happens when I sit in a challenging yoga pose or stretch. Um, Memories emerge,
Mm-hmm.
and I realize why I'm so tight in my hip flexors or why I'm so tight in my hamstrings. I'm like, oh, that memory is like very powerful. And what I have learned to do is sit in that moment, recognize it, step back from it, and allow it to pass. And what that's also done is it's helped me find focus on the moment itself, i.e., just being in the room and feeling the stretch of the body. And it's also helped me achieve balance in my life. So yoga is very much now part of my movement practice as well. And what I have taken from yoga is patience. I've learned how to slow down. I have learned how to slow down my own dancing.
Mm-hmm.
So
So,
my own practice has skyrocketed in certain ways, particularly with liquid and tutting and popping, and most recently my breakdancing footwork. And So, but what I really I use dance as a form of meditation, and also not just raw expression, but it is how I center myself. Dance is a way for me to think without thinking at all, uh, and it's also a way for me to kind of like what Chuck said earlier, disconnect with everything, but you're sort of reconnecting with the universe around you, through your body, um, and the music, if there's music playing. You don't need music to dance at all. I dance as I'm talking to you all the time. Like you see me do it. But I mean, uh, for me, it's my life force. Dance is something I can't live without. I have to do it at least, throughout some of my day. Um, I teach what I love, and I love what I do, and I'm very, very happy to also be a student, always, of
oh,
movement. I'm always learning, man. Like I am not someone who will ever stop learning. I will always consider myself to be a student, even though I'm at this very unique point in my life where I have a lot of knowledge to give and a lot of knowledge to share. So.
that's exactly where I am, and actually that's one of my commandments is always a student, never a master. So that way, like when you're open, the possibilities are, and like always be open. When you're thinking this way, even like energy frequencies cannot penetrate because you're here versus open, being abundant, allowing everything, every event, every synchronicity, every situation event come into your life to better yourself. So always be a student, always be open. Like I'm learning like stocks and trading right now, really learning all that. It's just like, but always a student, learning, upgrade, upgrade. That's what I always preach, mentally, physically, spiritually. You know, I was going into this like this new age of reality. Like you have to, like there's like you have to old programming. You know, so yeah. Any members? Got some love. We got some love from RT143. Be always a learning person. Yes. Um, Anyone else want to address anything?
We're just excited every day to come out and be able to have the opportunity to inspire whatever ways we have through images, through movement, through talking. You know, we're just here to share the love. And I know every day for me, it's a privilege to be able to get online and talk to people and to motivate and inspire. And, you know, it's amazing to have this Team Cyber Yoga group, because every single day, it's important what your daily practice looks like. And we have groups where we talk to each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Every morning, literally.
it's helped me literally. I posted the other day, it's been 1 year straight consistently that every single day we check in with one another
Yep.
and motivate and uplift each other. Whether it be good morning, I love you guys,
Yep.
sending light, love, and energy. Every single day we have a support system of people. No matter what we're going through, someone chimes in and raises the level of energy and love. And that's really been important. That
Yeah, I think that's such a great point, Chuck. And I actually want to encourage everybody listening out there right now to do that for themselves. Everybody should have like a support network, whether it's one person or two or a few. This group chat that our cyber team has between the five of us has been something I look forward to every day. And it is something, it's just a wonderful way to check in and just know that we're not alone. Okay. So do this with family members, do this with friends. You could do this with your coworkers. You could do this with whoever you trust. It's a way to just check in. It's a way for accountability if you're going through stuff. And maybe you need a friend or a guide or just somebody to help you along the way with following through on what it is that your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish. You know what I mean? These kinds of things are so easy now with social media and our phones. You know, just start a group chat between a couple people, and you don't have to, you know, bombard everybody with text. It's just, it could be a simple message. Good morning. Hope you're doing good today. That's it.
Yeah, just and you know, just be consistent, and then everything's gonna flow like the way it's supposed to be. Like there's no forcing, no pressure, no nothing. Do everything with harmony and clarity and peace, and everything's gonna fall. Should be no pressure behind anything, no forcing, judgment, none of that. Everything.
You know what I've learned through this whole process and this journey of healing is we can be powerful alone, but we can be more powerful together. You know, so there's nothing wrong with combining and coming together and sharing the love and the energy from one another, because where we may be lacking a little bit or imbalanced, the other can come and balance you out, you know. So, you know, it's been amazing for me, this whole team thing, the whole energy going around and the love coming daily. It's really helped me because, you know, alone, you know, I can be strong, but together, I feel like I can be indestructible. And like, it's so much harder for me to go much lower because I always have somebody lifting me back up. And, you know, it's amazing. And I appreciate that from all you guys.
Likewise.
Yeah, likewise.
Like Voltron, come together.
Yeah, and you know what? That's funny is when we were talking about the team aspect over a year ago, it was like that. I was saying, you know, the team, different members. I don't know if I said Power Rangers or Voltron or this, but there's one person that someone may gravitate to or that they can relate to, and now everyone's part of what we're doing. You know?
Yep.
So we offer a little bit of everything. You know, love, movement, motivation.
Exactly.
The mind is just great with movement and poses and your energy. There's a little bit of everything for everyone to connect and to feel part of. Yeah.
Exactly. And sooner or later it's going to expand into hopefully like members or but the ultimate thing will be the events and like retreats or seminars, because that's where it's going to be impactful.
Yeah, and I know that that's something that the five of us have been talking about doing for quite some time now. But I definitely think that we will get to that point. Having talks like this with the cyber team, I think is going to be a good start, just to introduce the world to who we are. as a group, who we are as individuals, and maybe we could even start something online eventually where we kind of build up to the actual face-to-face in-person retreats, which it'll happen once the world allows it to. I'll leave it at that. But you know,
Yeah.
it will come. I know it will. I feel it will in due time. But in the meantime, let's use the online digital world to our advantage so that we can actually make those moves. And by the time the retreat comes,
People could be like, "Oh, ready."
we're ready. We're ready.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. This
So,
is I wanted to do weekly Team Sav Yoga meetings because it's really important to have more connection. Um, you know, of course we have our cyber church every Sunday, but even like twice a week, I think we could open for that.
Yeah.
This is really important.
yeah.
Yeah, so for all the viewers, I'm sure you have no more, but please follow each member. We have Dr. Moose, Cyber 2.0. Most importantly, follow the Team Sav Yoga page
Yes.
in here. You guys have any last thoughts, any last statements?
You know, just be consistent in what you're doing, and when you're consistent, all will fall in line. Just be consistent.
Yeah. Follow your heart. You're not alone. Do what you love and love what you do.
There you go.
There you go.
And so stay tuned for the next one. There'll be more members. We're missing to the ladies, but they'll be on in the future. But I'd like to thank you all for taking the time out to listen. And thank you to my two brothers, my family. So proud of you both and happy to have you by my side a lot. And I love you guys.
Love you too. Love you both.
All right. Love you guys.
Oh,
Bye. Bye.
all right. Aloha. Take care.